neat moment, certainly for me to watch it, Gary, and I'm wondering what, from your perspective, you surprising Marcus Smart at his facility, at his practice, with his teammates around him, to award him, to give him the Defensive Player of the Year award, since you were the last person at that position to win it back in 1996. I wonder what you, how you were asked about it and your 2 cents on behind the scenes doing that, Gary.
Well, what I say, when we were talking about it all year, I've been talking about how he changed the game the way I did in '96 at the point guard position. I was promoting for him to win it. You know, I was the only point guard to ever win it ever in NBA history, and now he's the second. So, I mean, he deserves it. He changes the game. He changes the game a lot. He's a guy where he makes things happen, and he creates problems. For the NBA, when the NBA came and asked me and made it a unique thing, and I didn't really know he was a big fan of mine until they showed me the tweet that he had, the tweet that he tweeted out. That was one of the things that we were going about to give him an award, and it was an honor for me to give it to him. I mean, he deserves it. You know, it's history to be the second point guard at that position, because you guys know that really point guards or guards don't win this award. Big men win the award. A lot of big men win the award. For him to come and do it in the way he did it and change the game of what he did is big. And it was an honor for me to go out there and give him the award.
Well, it's not just the physical attributes. You got to have the what's between the temples. You got to have heart. Obviously, you got to have physical skills, but you got to have smarts. And I didn't mean to actually say that about Marcus, just because I'm not turning a phrase. I literally mean that he's a smart guy. So how did he pick your brain, Gary? What was part of the conversation that maybe you two had away from everybody about being the Defensive Player of the Year at a position like that?
Well, you know what? He really didn't. We didn't really pick the brain about how he won the position. He just was telling me about how he grew up and how he watched me and how, he wanted to be that type of basketball player I was on the defensive end. And he was like, I've been watching you forever. You changed the mold of the game of defensive on each side, and I know that I thought that I could do that, and I wanted to do that. And I told him, man, it was all about your mindset. If you have a mindset where him is that he gives up his offense to be a defensive basketball player, and that's what he does. And if you see it, when he gets steals and he gets deflection and he does things, he creates his offense off of steals because he can get down the floor or he can create it for somebody else. And that's what a defensive player should be understand. That's how I thought about it. I thought about forget trying to score all the time, and because if I get 3 or 4 steals and get 3 or 4 layups, that's 8, 9, 10 points right there, 10.8 or 10 points right there, and I can score that way. And I think that's what his mentality was, and that's what we talked about after, we went up and had a chat and took pictures. And he was just saying that he appreciates me and appreciates the things I did. He watched a lot of films of me doing things in the way I did. And it was an honor for me, to even talk to the young kid because, you don't really know how many basketball players really idolize you and try to imitate your style of basketball nowadays until they tell you. And you don't really understand that, and it was a great time talking to him.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.